I had wrote a script already, but after going through it, I wasn't satisfied with how it ended up. Rosario Vampire was my first anime, not counting DBZ or Naruto because those just don't count. I felt as though I wasn't doing it proper justice by the poorly written script that I had originally, so here we are, at tip number 69. Let's go. "2008, what a time to be alive. A lot of amazing things took place this year. Eli Manning proved to the world that it was indeed his turn on the Xbox by beating the Patriots and winning Super Bowl XLII, whatever number that is. Mariah Carey passed Elvis's record of #1 hits in the US and then proceeded to fall off the metaphorical cliff. The world had been graced with Iron Man, but more importantly, the real Tony Stark suited up. And a bunch of other things you guys probably don't really care about, but above all else, to start the year off with a bang, we were gifted with Rosario Vampire. The plot of Rosario Vampire is rather simple. Skune Aono is our protagonist, and he spent one too many nights watching anime instead of studying. He flunks his high school entrance exam, and by some miracle, his father manages to enroll him in Yokai Academy, which at the time seemed like your typical boarding school, but as the name suggests, Yokai Academy is a school for monsters. Its purpose is to teach students, or rather monster students, how to properly coexist with humans by taking classes like math and gym and participating clubs. There is not one damn class that actually teaches these ragamuffins on how to coexist with humans. And the big slap in the face here is that if a human is found there, they'll just be executed. Skune, being the meaty fleshbag he is, has to keep secret that he's actually a human, but it's okay because Yokai has one more rule. You have to stay in your human form, and you can never show or tell someone what your actual form is. Except no one follows this rule. Will Skune be able to keep his fleshbagginess a secret and graduate in one piece? Maybe. Who knows? I got my money on him being eaten by lizardmen. Now, if you were expecting some sort of story-driven plot, then you've come to the wrong place. Rosario Vampire is strictly dickly rom-com, harem, fantasy, ecchi school shonen, minus the shonen. There are fight scenes, but they last between 30 to 80 seconds. No, that's not a joke. It's actually hilarious when you realize what I'm talking about. It might seem as if I'm talking down about Rosario Vampire, but I love it to pieces, and once you get past how amazing the manga is and how much of a dumpster fire the anime is, you'll find that... What was my point again? What type of harem anime would this be without our, well, harem? So it's time to meet our lovelies. Say hello to Happy, Angry, Slutty, Kinky, Empty, and Gel Time. Putting actual names to them, let's start off with Mocha Akashiya, the first girl Skune meets. And because she was first, that means she's going to win. Speaking of first, don't you want to be the first to leave a comment and like on the video? Of course you do. So here's the thing about Mocha, there are actually two of her, and I don't mean she's a clone. There is an inner and an outer Mocha, and I don't care what you manga warriors say, we are going by what the anime has told us thus far. Mocha, both versions of her, is a vampire, an S-class monster because tier lists exist even in the monster world. Outer Mocha rocks pink hair and a skirt,
shaking in your boots, are your feelings getting hurt?
And is a sweet and caring individual and would do almost anything for those she cares about. She and Skune become friends on the first day, and due to Mocha's extreme beauty, most of the other male students hate Skune. Mocha wears a rosary around her neck that acts as a seal for her true self, Inner Mocha. Alright, now let's make a complete U-turn. Let's talk about Inner Mocha. Inner Mocha is the complete opposite of Outer. She has silver hair, gains a Sharingan, and her personality is that of a savage. Not in terms of like a hooligan, but in the she is the alpha type of way. The confusing part is that Inner Mocha is the real Mocha, so that would make her the outer, and it's a bunch of unanswered questions you will never know from just watching the anime alone. As much as I would love to say the other characters are just as interesting as Mocha, I don't want to lie to you. At least, not a blatant lie. Kurumo Kurono, Mizore Shirayuki, and Yukari Sendo shape the rest of Skune's harem. Bazooka Girl is a succubus, filled by jealousy because she's not as pretty as Mocha, prompting her to seduce Skune just to get rejected by the fleshbag himself. But the best course of action here is to get rid of Skune and Mocha, right? Wrong. She loses the fight in 76 seconds, and after Skune begs Mocha to spare her, she joins the harem of 2. Jailbait and the Ice Queen are the last two to join, and to keep things fair, I'll try my best to give Yukari and Mizure proper justice. Mizure Shirayuki, my favorite of all the girls in my opinion, truly worthy of being an Ice Queen. She's a Yuki... You know, I'm gonna keep this in, but I don't know if I wrote that myself or if it just autocorrected, but it says she is a Yuki 1. I think I meant to put a Yuki Onna? Huh. Well, for you uncultured folk, that means she's related to Frosty the Snowman. She comes off as being depressed, creepy, and a stalker, but that's just a big misunderstanding. She's just a stalker. And she ain't your no run-of-the-mill amateur stalker either. She is hardcore, even having around 340 spying locations. Such a perfect woman. Alright, let's see what I have here. Alright, let's see. Yukari Sendo, okay, alright. She's a witch, okay, alright. She's a genius, okay, alright. Rank number 1 on the exam list, alright. Looking good. Wait. What's this? Let's see. Oh, she's 11. Before writing this, I had to go back and rewatch the entire series, and I was really surprised. The art is really good, and it keeps itself balanced between being playful and dark. Whenever Moko's rosary is removed, everything turns dark and ominous, which is a nice touch in telling the viewer that she's not one to be messed with. While the animation isn't godlike, there are a few moments when it takes a dip. Each scene has a nice transition, and nothing really seemed forced or out of place, except for one thing: all of those damn panty shots. High quality panty shots, but panty shots nonetheless. If you watched Rosario Vampire all those years ago, you are probably familiar with all of the OSTs. Now, some will tell you it's nothing to write home about, but because I have the truth and they're wrong, I think it adds to the overall goofiness of the actual show itself. The big thing to remember is by no means this is some super serious battle shonen or mystery investigation series. It's a comedy, and an ecchi comedy, but a comedy nonetheless, and all the fun and upbeat music adds to the overall enjoyment. All of the OPs and endings were a jam, and Cosmic Love was probably lower on the list for me, but it was still enjoyable nonetheless. Is that boss music? Opening 2 came with the fire. I strongly believe that the opening is what gets you ready for the anime, and what better way to get you up and on your feet. Nana, oh, I'm gonna mess with this, oh my god, this name right here. Nana Mizuki, there we go, is the Japanese VA for Mocha. She also sings the openings and endings, and my god does she do a great job. She alone is more than enough reason for you to give this anime a try. When I had first started watching anime, I'd only been exposed to these ecchi rom-coms, and after some time I did begin to enjoy it. But after getting older, I kind of grew out of it. That's a lie, I still love them. It might be the nostalgia, but I really enjoyed Rosario Vampire. It's one of the few anime that I've rewatched more than a handful of times, and some will tell you that, oh, just read the manga, and yes, that would be correct, the manga is better, but for different reasons. While they could have made an amazing anime, I don't really mind how the anime turned out. Even if it's bad, I still love it to pieces, and nothing will ever change that. Now, before I forget, I do want to mention episode 10 of season 2. I'm gonna butcher this name. Oh my god. Hyakuman Kai no Jiteum, sung by Takehiro. Oh my gosh, Koyasu. Oh my god. This is the same man who a lot of you know as Rosario Vampire will be in my heart forever. I first watched it on YouTube back when, you could do stuff like that, and I did watch it dubbed. I've tried watching it sub, but the voices they just don't sound right, It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z. Like, you grew up watching it dubbed, and then later on you tried to watch it subbed, and it just, Goku and Vegeta's voice just, it just doesn't sound right, Now, if I had to rate it, I'd say it's a solid 7. Most of the hate it gets is because of how it deviated from the manga, and it's not bad like Mars of Destruction, but it wasn't good like Evangelio Neo Yoki. It's a fan service to enjoy and not something to take serious. If you do have the chance to read the manga, yes, I do recommend you do, but also give the anime a try because, who knows, you may come to enjoy it.
君との火遊びあちちあちちあちちあちょちょちょ熱いぜあちちあちちあちち焦げても目